Astrology. Today, we are going to talk about foreign influences on our chart in many different ways. But before that, a big thanks to all of you for liking, sharing, and subscribing to our YouTube channel and Spotify channel and writing in your comments and suggestions there. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do. And do remember to press the bell icon so that you can get the updates. So what is the foreign influence in our chart that we're looking at? Sometimes we come across situations where we talk about whether a person has been adopted by a family or whether the person will adopt a child. We come across situations where we want to know if we have income from foreign sources, or we do find that whether the person will go abroad to study, be it masters, be it your graduation, or be it for PhD. So different houses in the chart will show that influence. For income, we can see whether the 11th or the second house has that effect. When we're talking about an adoption, we need to check about the second house. Whether you're going to adopt a child or not needs to be seen from your 5th house also. What more? When we talk about marriages in different cultures, say even in India, when we are in the south of India or the north of India, when you go abroad, somebody from a very different cultural background getting married to another person with a totally different culture and background, then this is a foreign influence. The 7th house needs to be seen with its connotations. Finally, we see many people changing their religion after coming to a certain realization. Religion, we know, typically is seen from the 9th house. So does your 9th lord have that foreign influence? Does your 9th house show that foreign influence? So this is an interesting topic where we see the foreign influence on different houses and understand how the money, the education, the child, the spouse, or the religion shows a foreign influence. Let us take up the foreign influence when we factors that are showing the foreign influence. The first factor that is common, known to us, is Rahu. The second is the 11th house, and the third factor is the 6th house. Yes, we've always thought that the 12th house is the only factor, along with Rahu, that gives us foreign influence. But Jain Basin, in his practice and having applied this in many charts, along with many other different examples, for say when I would see about children or when I would see about marriages, I would always like to put in this principle. This is one of the principles that I came across, which was fitting on so many levels. Rahu, 11th house, and the 6th house. When they influence a particular house, the house shows foreign elements. For example, when we're talking about adoption, when we pick up the details of a child and we see that the lord of the 11th and the 6th house and Rahu fully influence the 2nd house and its lord by association or aspect, this yoga indicates that the child would be adopted as their child by someone else. They are showing these houses and these lords and these houses show foreign influences when they are received by the family. One would have a foreign family, that is, his family would be an adopted family. This is the case that I am highlighting here. Here, when we look at the 2nd house, the 2nd house here that we see is the sign of Cancer, as the Lagna here for the person is Gemini. When we take up Cancer, we see that the 2nd house is being aspected by the 6th lord and the 11th lord, Mars. What more, even the 2nd lord, Moon, is aspected by Mars. Rahu, aspects the second house from the sixth house. So we can well say that moon is aspected by Mars, and we see that Rahu is also aspecting the second house along with Mars aspecting the second house. This person was adopted by a family, by her aunt's family, within 2 months of being born. When we are taking a case of marriage, we need to understand that marriage is typically the seventh house. So if your seventh house is showing that foreign influence, meaning what? Rahu, sixth lord and the 11th lord should have an aspect or association with the seventh house, seventh lord. In that case, you get married in a foreign culture. The key word here is the association or aspect. We take this chart. This person here with the Scorpio Lagna, the seventh house becomes the Taurus, sign of Taurus. And let us see the influences of the sixth lord and the 11th lord. Here, who is the sixth lord? Mars is the sixth lord. And who's the 11th lord? Mercury is the 11th lord. Who's the seventh lord in the seventh house? We've seen it's Taurus. So the seventh lord is Venus. Mars aspects Venus. Mercury is sitting with Venus. So we can see this influence. And Rahu. Apparently for all of us, Rahu has absolutely no effect to Venus. But if you look closely, you will see that Rahu is sitting in the sign, in the nakshatra of Purva Falguni, which is the nakshatra of Venus. And we see that Rahu also has the connect with Venus here, very clearly stated in the dictum, by association or by aspect. And this is an association that we cannot neglect. And this person has been married to a person from a different culture, different caste for the last 35 or so years. So now if we take the chart of Julia Roberts, she's converted from Christianity to Hinduism. So let us see in her chart if this conversion can be seen with this dictum. We take up her chart and we see that she is a Cancer Lagna. So the ninth house is Jupiter, and the ninth lord again is the Karaka of religion, which is Jupiter. Jupiter also happens to be the sixth lord. So being the sixth and the ninth lord, it is a strongly association that we can see, and we can see that there is a chance of change. But you will also see that Rahu aspects Jupiter. What more, Jupiter also aspects Rahu. And the 11th lord, in her case, is Venus. Venus is sitting with Jupiter itself, signifying that there will be a change in the thought process, because Moon, the Lagna Lord, is also there in the fray, and she herself will undergo a lot of thoughtful changes, which will help her convert as a person, because the Lagna Lord here, Moon, is also being affected before she converts her religion. So we can see that the three things that at the end will influence or bring in foreign influence in your life are Rahu, the sixth lord, and the 11th lord. Do write into us, see where it's working in your charts, and do explain it to us how it is working in your charts. Till we meet with you again, stay safe. Thank you.
Hit the bell icon for fresh updates. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on the videos, and please subscribe to our channel.